Hey, what's up, guys? Mike Patrick, and in this video, I want to talk about herbs. All right, I want to talk about the powerful healing components of herbs and wild edibles, and how the Most High God, when He created the earth, He put these wild herbs and wild edibles here in order to sustain people and to heal people. Okay, now um, there's scripture that says that God put herbs here to heal the planet. All right. But the way that we live now and have been living for a long time, most of us, we don't even look at all the herbs and wild plant life around us. We don't look at it with any regard as powerful foods and medicinals, right? We just look at it as what? Weeds, just plants out here in nature, okay? We don't look at it as food. We don't look at it as healing medicine, okay? And things to sustain the body and sustain health, all right? And it's free, okay? And it's better quality than anything that you can get at the grocery store and things like that most of the time. Um, so with that said, guys, I know a lot of people also just don't really know a lot about plants and herbs, and there's so many different variations of plants and herbs and wild edibles that it can become very intimidating as far as, well, what plant can I eat? What can't I eat? What plant does what? I have this issue. What plant can help with that? What herb can help with that, right? Well, guys, for the most part, generally, all plants and herbs that you find in nature, generally, for the most part, there are some exceptions, okay, are edible, okay? Now, over time, different plants do and have developed different defense mechanisms, and in certain amounts and certain levels they can be toxic, anywhere from mildly to extreme. It's very rare cases where something is extremely toxic to a human, but it can happen. It is things out there, but most things in nature are are fair, okay, and they are okay to eat. And not only are they okay to eat, but they're very, very beneficial. All right. But like I said, many people don't understand, you know, or they're more so intimidated by the different variations of plants. And because they don't know, no one was to explain to them what's in the plant, if it's safe. And the way that we are kind of scared of nature now, we think that anything out here in the wild, if you don't get it at the grocery store, you don't think that it's safe. You're scared, kind of scared of it. And that's understandable. You know what I mean? So I want to try to do a quick video here and try to give some practical, easy ways to look at wild herbs and wild edibles, okay? Let's just look at it this way. Just like we don't know exactly how God did what he did as far as making the earth, making, the universe, whatever, you know, but you just take for granted that God knows what he was doing. You can see the intelligent design. You can see he knows what he's doing. So it's the same thing with the plants, guys. You may not be able to understand every little component of plants and herbs, and we rely on other people to do research and then tell us about certain things. But a general way of looking at it is God knows about all the imbalances and all the things that we can have and can do to throw off the natural way that the body is supposed to function. Okay, so usually all sicknesses and diseases are imbalances somewhere. Okay, so that's why the easy way to look at it is most to all herbs and wild edibles are antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, adaptogenic, and usually sustain all the essential and non-essential vitamins and minerals to sustain the body. So, and water, obviously, because most plants except like cactus and stuff, need water to to grow, because they are life themselves. So they need all the same components generally that you need, they need. And so therefore they have it. And so if it's in them, and you consume them, then now it'll be in you. And so God he just did it that way. You don't have to, he doesn't have to explain. Everything doesn't necessarily need to be explained. That's just common sense, okay? So as long as you keep these things and these healthy foods that are healthy, that's why you look at a certain type of plant, whatever, if it looks healthy, then that means it has all the things it needs for it to thrive and be healthy. And then when you eat it, you're going to inherit those vitamins, minerals, waters, different plant compounds that are medicinal to the body, okay, to help balance out the body. Adaptogenic, to go over that one more time, adaptogens are basically herbs, okay, and things that once you consume them, they're they're intelligent enough to balance out whatever you have going on in your body. So if you got too much certain hormones going on, if you got too much estrogen going on, it'll balance you out. Too much testosterone going on, it just balances everything out. So that's God's intelligence right there, where it can identify what the problem is and balance you out. That's what adaptation is, right? To adapt to whatever the circumstances are. So those there are plenty. Most herbs are adaptogenic herbs. They just know what to do. They know what your imbalances are. You take them long enough, consistently, then they start to balance out whatever you have going on, and in turn they heal you. Okay. We know they're high in vitamins and minerals most of the time, much more higher than what you can get at the store, way more potent. Okay, that's why you could take less wild herbs and things like that, because when you go to the store, things have been cultivated and things of that nature and kind of watered down. It's not as potent, so you need more of it. All right, but in nature, these herbs have all the vitamins and minerals that your body need. Okay, especially the essential ones, and the non-essential ones, they have them in trace amounts. Okay. Obviously, we know most plants are going to have a good amount of water in them, right? Or else they'll just probably be sucked up, dried up, and dead themselves, right? Um, then, like I said, medicinal plant compounds that even most scientists don't know about, that they do address certain things within the body, okay? A lot of wild edibles have like anti-inflammatory, almost like like aspirin or ibuprofen in them. If you go and look at a wild lettuce, you crack a wild lettuce, the stem or something like that, even break a leaf off, you will see like a little milky white substances. That's very substance. That's very anti-inflammatory. Okay, great for pain. They call it like a natural opioid. It's not as strong as opioids, but it's like a natural opioid. It does help with inflammation. Okay. So God has all these things, like, so if you don't be so scared, just know, if you notice when you eat healthy food or you go and look into healthy food, you'll start noticing people say the same thing as far as what the benefits are of the foods are, because they have the same benefits. You always hear about vitamins and minerals, water content, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, because they do all have the same things, because things are simple. It's not that complex. you know you have to eat what is life and what sustains life, and that's what sustains life. So that's what all these life foods have in them. And therefore, and every now and then when you do have an imbalance, you have specific plants and foods that do have certain special components within them, you know, and that can help balance out whatever you have going on. But really, if you live a certain type of way, you shouldn't have many imbalances, okay? I don't believe we was meant to suffer, guys, and die. I believe we was meant to live and thrive for as long as we are supposed to be here, and then you pass away in good condition. I don't believe that suffering. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it stopped recording. I don't believe suffering has to necessarily have to take place before you go. All right. So just kind of look at it that way. God, the Most High, made the herbs